And that compels you to realize this system called social media is completely owned and operated by the government now, which is what my lawsuit first exposed. Long before Twitter files, the lawsuit that fucker Carlson actually concealed. And that compels you to go offline. Go at 6 in the morning and hand out a flyer to one of your fellow human beings. And this flyer educates them on the lifespan going down. It educates them on who the swarm is. And it gives them a solution. And it invites them to come to an open town hall that we do every Thursdays. Okay? Compels them to say, wow, I am the solution. There's no one else coming to save me. Stop asking, what do I think about Vivek the Snake? Ask, what do I think about Clint Russell? We now have a movement of close to 500,000 people globally of all different backgrounds who are understanding the science, very clear vision, and they know the engineering. That's called a freaking movement. And so we're not whining. We're not giving people the lesser of two evils. As this flyer says, the reason we're in this condition is because there's a lesser of two evils. Right. So we're saying, raise your fucking standard. Or you're going to get, or be satisfied with a fucking used car salesman, Vivek the Snake. Be satisfied with a guy who tells you to your face, Booby Kennedy, my personal integrity and my public integrity are different. I may lie to you through your teeth, and I may do something in the back end. Okay. And if that's the quality of people you want, then you are going to get that kind of world. You will get people who fucking print money all day. You will get people who do economic inequality all day to you. But if you want fundamental change, it becomes with your consciousness. Do you want to raise your consciousness? And do you want to understand it? Now, great news is, Clint, we've created that framework. And it took me 50 years to get here. It's intersecting engineering systems theory. It's intersecting ancient systems of knowledge. It's intersecting the fact that I actually come from these people and I fucking care, that I want to shatter the swarm, as we call it. They're not interested in shattering the swarm. They want to perpetuate it. And they will even perpetuate to the extent acting like they're against the swarm, against the establishment. But that's why you have to put on a very passionate approach to these people. You have to apply the principles. And that's what we do. So that's what needs to be done, man. So the solutions that emerge out of that, let's take healthcare. What is a solution to healthcare? When you take a systems approach, and by the way, every Thursdays, we take all of these different areas and we actually give people a solution, Clint, here and now. Now, if I get elected president, what will I do, Clint? I'll do one of these talks, but we'll reach 8 billion people. The presidency is corrupt, right? The legislature is corrupt. The judiciary is corrupt. So what can one person do with my kind of knowledge? I can use that bully pulpit of the presidency to educate 8 billion people. And that's what we did in 2020. We educated 500 million people on how to boost their immune system. We saved millions of people's lives. So if you go to the physics, here's the healthcare system that we need. You as an individual understand how your body works. You as an individual know how to boost your immune system, because the immune system and the aging molecular pathways are one and the same. Autophagy, oxidative stress, inflammation, okay, the ATG genes. You take care of your immune system, you will live long and prosper, okay? So we are educating people at our town halls how to do that. Fuck you to government. We don't need them. They're not going to do shit for you anyway. If anything, they're going to destroy your health. So we're saying, start taking care of your health. When it comes to the environment, we actually teach people, and one of the most important things you can do in a decentralized way is support your local farmer. Do things that, so if he has a chicken farm, he doesn't have to send his shit all the way to a USDA farm where they jack up the prices to butcher, right? You educate people locally, okay? How to eat. What politician is teaching that, Clint? I am. Yeah, all right.
It's vitally necessary.
Right.
Too.
So healthcare system, environment. So people come to our town halls, they learn this now. So our campaign is not saying, well, elect me president like Trump did, then I'll get rid of the vaccine mandates. No, our campaign has been getting rid of the vaccine mandates. It was my militant protest movement in New Jersey, which stopped the vaccine mandate in New Jersey. Okay. We were fighting against lockdowns while Kennedy was promoting lockdowns. We teach.
Are you an abolitionist? I'm just curious, like, what level of government would you like to maintain, if
well,
any?
First of all, the question you're asking is based on people who never had access to system science. So I've created something completely new, Clint. Here's the problem. The libertarian philosophy comes from anarcho-syndicalism, okay? At the time, libertarianism sounds good, but it doesn't have the framework on how you execute it, okay? System science gives the way that you can achieve libertarianism, okay? Or the principles, some of the core principles. The science of systems, the foundational principles, really didn't come out until the 1950s or the 1920s. So what I'm saying is, think about what I'm saying is, people say they want to fly, they want to build an engine, but you don't even have the science to do that. It's all good feelings. And what I'm saying is, without hyperbole, I've actually uncovered those scientific principles. And
well, I'm just trying to connect the dots between, like, what is the ultimate end product of this scientific process?
So the end product, consider this, the end product of any time anything has changed in the arc of human history is when enough group of individuals raise their consciousness. When a set of people said, oh, we have inalienable rights, we deserve the Bill of Rights. It wasn't like 100 million people got that, Clint. It was a very small set of people. And the uncovering of that knowledge, the raising of consciousness was as powerful as having 20 nuclear physicists who could split an atom. Do you need a billion nuclear physicists? No. You have 20 people, you can fucking blow blow up the world. See what I'm saying?
Right, sure.
So when enough people's consciousness in 1776 was raised, and it wasn't a lot of people, that they understood these principles, the engineering and the science, you can change things. That is what we're creating here. Okay. So we have about 500 million people who know about our movement globally. 500,000 people have gone through it in varying forms, and we've let it naturally take place. We didn't even impose a superstructure. And it's only now we're finding through meritocracy, we're finding leaders in every country. Those leaders then are training others on the knowledge of system science. But it's not just something that's a scholarly piece, but they're all warriors. They get on the ground to apply this. They're the ones who are fighting against the election systems issues. In 2020, 2021, we trained probably 4,000 or 5,000 people on how to go to their town halls, get their participating voter list, compare them, and sue people. You see? So the knowledge is also very tactical. Okay. We're the ones who are educating people every day. This call, notice how many times I've had to use the word fucking scumbag. Okay. Against Kennedy. This is deliberate because people need to recognize these people are not your friends. And we called them a disturbance in systems theory. There are 9 principles. One of them is called a disturbance. And by the way, Henry Kissinger knows system science. George Soros is a leader in it. He wrote the book on reflexivity theory. The elites know system science. There's no fucking way we're going to beat them if we don't understand these principles. So
I'll dive into the system science aspect of it because obviously I need to do some additional research.
Yeah.
I'm totally unaware, but I would like to understand, aside from kind of euphemisms for founding fathers, what is your vision of the end product or the American? Is there a government still, or is this just we're raising our consciousness and where do we end up?
Let's start with not being abstract. Okay. One individual understanding these concepts becomes a very powerful weapon. And let me give you me as an example. Why is it in March of 2020, Clint, I was the first one to call out Fauci? Because I understood the immune system. I understood he was a scumbag. Go look at the tweet history. I was the one who ran the Fire Fauci campaign. We're the ones who mobilized people. Why was I the only one to do that? Second, I was the only guy to go deep down to understand the election systems issue, that it was chain of custody and signature verification. All these other fools came around making money off of us talking wacky shit. First of all, people come from all over the world when we introduce people. And the stories, how did you come to our movement? Oh, I saw Dr. Shiva on this and I saw him on this. I used to be a Kennedy supporter. I used to be a Bernie Sanders supporter. I used to support Trump. I was with the Ron Paul campaign. I'm so fucking done with these guys. We're in Cambridge here. I used to have a sign up here, only the real Indian can defeat the fake Indian. We ran against Warren. All these liberals would hate us. But a woman came last week. She said, I've been watching your movement. I hated you when you attacked Elizabeth Warren, but I realized she's full of shit. I realized Kennedy's full of shit. I realized Trump, you're building a movement. I came to you, right? We're here.
Sure.
Another guy was a medical doctor out on the West Coast. I saw that Joe Rogan Kennedy interview and I was going to give him a lot of money and I thought he was great. And then I saw the interview where you're exposing Rogan, what he did, and exposing Kennedy. Even though I didn't want to accept it, I went through and I reviewed it. Everything you said was true. It took me about 2 days of cognitive dissonance. And he goes, I'm here. I'm not going to give him one penny. So what's happening in 2023 now, in 2020 and 2021, when we launched, when I did all that stuff, people would came to us opportunistically, Clint. Like they were like, oh, Dr. Shiva is going to help us fight vax mandates. He's fighting for us, right? So that's fine. But now we're getting people who are much different than that. They're very enlightened people and self-reflective. See, it's a different group of people because these people are coming from the point like they really want to change the world. See what I'm saying? They want to fundamentally understand why the world is so fucked up and what do we do to really change it? Because they don't want to go through another Trump or another Obama, another Kennedy. And these people are phenomenal people. So they're willing to put the time into, so we call it a warrior scholar program. You have to understand this. And this should have been done 50 years ago, but all the movements were destroyed. So we've had to go to the ground level. We've built the education environment. We have a whole online university. We have our own data center here. So we don't rely on Facebook or Twitter, right? We've had to do all that work, but our goal is we get people on the ground, educating and to learn, teach, and serve model.
Well, if you're correct about how this can undermine the ruling class at this point, then you're going to have to do it all grassroots and you're going to have to do it on your own data servers.
There's no other way,
and
man.
Else.
So you nailed it. To think that we're going to destroy the swarm by working with the swarm? Are you fucking serious? So why am I running for president? First thing, we want everyone to go get these bumper stickers. Why? Because it gives people an opportunity who are working hard to peel off these bumper stickers and put it on the back windshield of their car. So one person uses their car to reach 100,000 people now, 100,000 views per day. The other thing is people are a little more adventurous. They can go to the website, Shiva4president.com, and they download this very powerful weapon. It's a flyer. And this flyer, Clint, gives people the ability to print it on their home printer, go use your library's printer, you're paying your property taxes, and hand it out to your neighbors. Keep it in your glove compartment. We're going to get about 50 million of these out by the end of 2024, right? This is saying, I'm going to go offline. I'm not going to rely on fucking Elon Musk to fucking help me because he's already part of the swarm. I'm not going to rely on Tucker Carlson for being entertained by fucking Alex Jones or something. These guys are entertainers. They don't want to build a movement. All right. And then if people want to donate money, we say, great. But if you donate money, when you donate money to us, I give you back stuff. I give you tools. I give you knowledge. We give you education because we want you to ultimately be the hero. So if you go to the Twitter feed, people are handing out flyers. They're our heroes. Okay. So I'm a catalyst in this. So my running for president is quite disruptive. This guy called Reince, who was chief of staff for Trump, apparently a guy that I know, he has him on his board of his company, said, hey, Dr. Shiva's running president. He goes, that's going to be majorly disruptive. So if you see now what they're doing, I will say, look, the tip of the spear of this movement is our running for office. And it's about you. Kennedy literally copied that and puts that in a video. Russell Brand is now talking about life expectancy. This guy's a total douchebag. Which came first, his becoming anti-establishment or his allegedly raping these women? I would presume the latter. Okay. And you have to wonder, did he know this shit was going to happen to him? Like whistleblowers in some companies, they're real sincere whistleblowers. A guy knows he's going to be fired. So he suddenly starts whistleblowing on shit. I put him in that category. Okay. All of these people who are of the elites claiming they're anti-establishment, it's become like the in vogue thing to do now. Where were they in 2020? Russell Brand was promoting lockdowns in 2020.
Oh, interesting.
Booby Kennedy was promoting lockdowns in 2020. Look at they're all up there. Trump
Vivek,
so I was the only guy promoting lockdowns. We collected 120,000 signatures, drove our bus down, and we handled those 120,000 signatures, to Trump. Marlon, I wrote the letter saying fire Fauci. Rand Paul waited a year to use fire Fauci, and it was for donation emails. You guys are all scumbags. You speak the truth at the right time, not 2 years later acting all upset like Tucker Carlson when you had all the documents we gave you about the backdoor portal. He's part of the intelligence network. We have to understand we're being sold out, and the only person that deserves to be president is me. Right now is running because I've done the work, and I have a history without any type of exaggeration. You put my CV of fighting for people next to any of these guys, it won't match. It's unmatchable. What you will find is a history of bull people.
On that, we agree. Dr. Shiva, thank you so much for your time. It was both
Clint.
interesting and entertaining. Great to meet you. And one more time for people that want to get involved, go tell them the URL, please.
So number one, go to Shiva4president.com. And our campaign is about involvement. It allows you to get a bumper sticker, put it on the back of your car. Go to Shiva4president.com. Go to the download section. We've open sourced this. You can print this on a black and white printer, get it out. Or go to truthfreedomhealth.com where you get the knowledge and the education. And that's where you can become your own leader. You become your own guru. You become the teacher, but you will get the knowledge that I used to teach at MIT for many years. You'll get the knowledge that the elites have about how systems work. But that knowledge is what everyone needs to get, Clint. We have a woman who's a hairdresser who teaches it to a PhD. Anyone can learn it. We have people all over the world, man. And all of our stuff is being translated into probably about 120 countries now. There's someone in Antarctica who took the course. Samoa. I don't know who, but
people live in Antarctica? What the
They're scientists who live down there.
Anyways, man, I got to run, but everybody please hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, leave a comment. I'm sure there will be lots of comments on this one. And thank you again, Dr. Shiva. It was a pleasure.
All right. Thank you, everyone. Be well, be the light. Best to you and your family, Clint, and your community. Be well. All right, Clint. Cool. Yep. Be well. Thanks. Yep. All right, everyone. That was Clint Russell. It was good doing that meeting with him. I hope this is valuable. Anyway, everyone, go get your bumper stickers, right? Go to shivaforpresident.com, get the flyers, get on the ground, and let's win this fight. But you have to get educated. Go to truthfreedomhealth.com, get educated or be enslaved. It's really up to you. And I leave you with that. Thank you. Be well.